Gemini, welcome to your bonus in-depth reading that is yours and theirs. I hope you're well. I hope you're fabulous. Like always with yours and theirs, take what resonates, leave what does not, and reverse those energies as you see fit. More so with yours and theirs, energy exchange and interchange is real, rapid, and fluid. Having said that, your person that I see on this board today, might involve the energies of a significant other, spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, lover, ex of 5 years ago. I never know until the cards are on the table, right? But I would also ask you to include or make space for those other perfectly common elements in life, such as work, family, spiritual stuff. Like I said, it comes up all the time. But overall, these are general collective readings, so they may not resonate at all. I know that's frustrating, but it's also normal. If that happens, check your other placements. You will find yourself in there somewhere. Alrighty. Show me Gemini, please. What's going on for Gemini? Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board, which I explained in the intro. Reverse energies, as you see fit. Page of Wands, Ace of Cups, Temperance. Beautiful. Ten of Swords, Three of Wands, and the Four of Cups. Not so beautiful. Yeah, this is definitely the kind where you don't want to reverse it. No, I'm not saying that to be. It's one of those things where one energy is clearly shining, warm, beautiful, and the other one's struggling. Okay? All right, strength. But, hey, not a challenge. Don't take it as one. It's either you or it's not. Strength, the Hanged Man, Two of Wands. Okay? And Seven of Cups. I see that. I see that for you. Openness. There's a softness here. It's beautiful. I love seeing this for you. Given where the Gemini collective has been for what feels like weeks, maybe months, this is very nice. I tell you, when a collective push through, they push through, and when they hang back, they hang back. But you're not just pushing through here. You look very comfortable. You've done some beautiful work in there at the emotional level. You're showing me softness today. Like what you're feeling, your cup is soft, glowing, gorgeous. Seven of Cups in your overview. It's like, I'm open, man. I'm open to feeling things. Let's do this. This is awesome. I love it. Page of Wands, Ace of Cups, Temperance. With a lot of patience, mind you. Temperance, time. Compassion and healing. You're saying you got your heart into a good place, but it took work. Oh, it usually does. It's nice to see that. They say heart feels steady these days. Solid, full. Some of you are ready for a new beginning in love. Some of you are just enjoying being open to whatever. I don't know. But the point is you're taking your time because you feel that you should. You're almost luxuriating in these emotions that just feel so freaking good. It's soft. It's nice. But you're open. Whatever that means to you, you're open. Over here, not so much. Ten of Swords, Three of Wands, Four of Cups. That's hard, man. That's really hard, especially given the contrast is so high, because here you are, and then there's this other energy. Not doing as well. Ten of Swords, Three of Wands, Four of Cups. That's a lot of pain. Three of Wands, Four of Cups. There's sadness here, and the expectation, some way of your return, and that's not happening. As far as I can tell, it's not happening, or it's not happening yet. It could be that this person's at a distance from you. That's it. But they look hurt, deeply hurt. And they are looking to you in some way to reach out to them. There is expectation here. And Four of Cups, there's a lot of sadness there. Upset. Okay. Strength, the Hanged Man, Two of Wands, I'm seeing strength applied to the both of you in various ways. You have your point of view. They have theirs. You both have strong wills. You believe in what you believe in, which is clearly healing and getting your heart into a good place. You believe in that, and you stick to that script, or you have done. And you've had a lot of time to think about what's right for you. A Hanged Man and Two of Wands. How to think, how to operate, how to make decisions. In some way they possess these qualities too, but from their point of view, literally from their point of view. I believe in what I believe in. The pain is real, it hurts. I also believe I'm supposed to kind of wait here for Gemini to receive me or acknowledge me. The difference here is that between your two operating methods, one person actually feels good about it, and that would be you. Understanding what you believe and acting in accordance to that, that was not easy. No. That kind of thing's never easy. Devoting big parts of your mind and your heart and your spirit to healing, that takes time. Temperance literally takes time. It can get very uncomfortable in there. But if you dedicate a portion to the strength of that energy and believing in the principles of healing and abiding by them and sticking to them, you will learn a lot. And it will show. Seven of Cups. The Emperor, Queen of Cups, and the Two of Wands. Yeah, wow. That's coming from an authority. You more often than not consider yourself to be an empowered person. Queen of Cups, Two of Wands. What a strong heart. A strong heart you have and strong convictions you have. Particularly in that sense of remaining present. I try not to get lost to the past. I try to make decisions about what I'm feeling and doing based on what I'm experiencing in the here and now. And that's something you're saying I had to learn. To stop making decisions for the past, make decisions for the now, and stand by them. Okay? You have such a strong heart, though. The Emperor, Queen of Cups. Very strong. Strength of will, strength of heart. Loyalty's in there. But openness to feeling, just to keep yourself open every day. It's like a pledge you've made yourself. I will be open to the right situations, people, places, things, circumstances every day. I dedicate myself to that. And it will be the good things. It will be the positive things. Okay. Okay. I'm not saying you're perfect. What I'm saying is that you've done a hell of a lot of work. I can see, though, that you often probably are accused of having a stubborn heart. But it also serves you. Okay? Because it also says the willingness to explore emotions even when it gets difficult. And it gets difficult. But it's something you believe in. A lot of rest on that particular subject. Something I say, all feelings are real and valid. It's just, are you strong enough to look at them, feel them? Page of Wands. I'll clarify, I'll see the stuff. There's always going to be stuff. You got some pretty awesome energies today, but I'll see your stuff. Okay? Page of Wands. Eight of Pentacles, Eight of Wands, the Four of Wands. Okay, we got some good communication here. It looks solid. Eight of Pentacles, Eight of Wands, Four of Wands. All right, currently you're keeping yourself open to something that you say, hey, this works. I like that. That was really straightforward. It's like I keep myself open to what works. Literally, it's what you believe in. That's more or less what I saw for you in your opening too. I keep myself open to what works. But I'm also willing to reflect on the things that are difficult. But yeah, I want to keep myself open to the stuff that works, not what doesn't. And this is a point of power for you in terms of your emotional self and then also in your 3D self. Eight of Pentacles, Eight of Wands, Four of Wands. A lot of good work in there, a lot of good communication. Solutions oriented as well. In terms of something here that contractually speaking works for you. Now it's either a working contract or that is a relationship that you are putting more and more of yourself into these days. Okay, because you want it to function, you want it to stabilize, you want it to get the best of you. And you're like, that's what I'm into these days. That's what I'm exploring. All right, let's see that Ace of Cups then. I like that. You look very happy. You look productive. If this is unfolding into love, congratulations. In which case you were very much interested and clearly expressed, I want to stabilize. I want to grow this thing. And it's something that works for two people. Commit to it, stabilize it, make it function. Healthy, productive. Very good. Ah, Diablo, 3 of Swords, and the Tower. Oh, well done. I know that looks really scary. I know that looks really, really scary. But again, this is coming from a Gemini who's done the work. So the scariness is behind you. You have to keep that in mind. Okay? It wasn't always like this. It seems like it's easy now for you. I'm making decisions based on the here and now, keeping myself open to the good stuff, and being open to good investment and backing it up with word and deed. Okay? You're making it look so easy. In your heart's and the upright. Okay? You want to be available to this. You want to love. And this is where you're coming from, and I know that was going to segue into some way into temperance. The Devil, 3 of Swords, the Tower. There's something here that once upon a time plagued your heart. Plagued you. Plagued your heart. And you saw the folly in it, and you had to learn to let it go. You loved something somewhere unconditionally, perhaps to the point of pain, maybe obsession. And you didn't think you could ever let it go. That you would never, ever, ever let it go. It caused you pain, yes, but you're like, oh, it hurts so good, though. And once upon a time, this preoccupied a big chunk of your heart space. Oh, you used to love something or somebody real bad for what seems like now, in retrospect, all the wrong reasons. It was very intense. Something gripped you intensely from the heart, in the heart, once upon a time. All I can tell you is that you are very different now. How you experience your emotions now is healthy. It's cooperative. It's exploratory. It's positive, expressive. It's stable. Whatever it is that used to have such a grip in your heart was very unstable, but you loved it like crazy. In some way you knew with the Tower you weren't supposed to. So I don't know how long it took you to dislodge that particular heartbreak and also love. You loved it, even while it broke your heart. But you were like crazy addicted to it, man. At some point, that Tower, painful as it was, did you a favor. This is how we're going to let this go now. Here's the truth of it. Here's the truth of that feeling that you have for that connection. This is the truth of the feeling that they have for you. It's not good. It's not healthy. It hurts. And in fact, you're showing me patternized love towards this. Okay? To the point that it hurt and it was painful. But I also feel like you learned something the hard way. Well, it might have had a unique grip on you. And I see that unique grip. You love this to the point of pain. There's a sense of you shouldn't bother, though. So I know there was some external prompt. I know there was an external prompt. Sorry, I'm having some snatches of lyrics. They're floating through, but I can't seem to get a grip on them. I'm sorry for the hesitation there. I want to say it's one of the more obscure Guns N' Roses songs. Okay. Okay, sorry. If I can get back to it, I will. I'm telling you, it's one of the more obscure ones. It's not one of the more well-known ones. All right, let's move on. All right, I can see where that had Lots of others came before you, woman, but you've been the worst. I feel like you're not the first person this happened to. Lots of other lovers before you. Yeah, something like that. Temperance. Lots of healing here. And you see stability for what it is. Stability is something you can actually interact with, build into, and feel safe. Opening towards. You're right, yeah. And your heart's responding to that. And you have a strong comparison about where it's coming from. Okay. I'm glad you stopped giving your heart to that. 7 of Cups, strength. There it is again. Okay. Okay. The Sun. Yes, very good. Congratulations. I'm happy for you. I am. I'm not sure when you started to connect to this, but doesn't it feel so healthy? Doesn't it feel so freaking healthy? Doesn't it feel so freaking good? I'm so happy for you. Congratulations. That's gorgeous, honey, and that's from years and years of work. It's like those possessive, intense, in-love feelings don't mean shit if they're unstable, chaotic, and destructive. That's all you're showing me, but it's a lot of what you're showing me, and I think that's why a lot of people start watching tarots, because of the intensity of grips of things like that. It feels like this thing is going to seize your heart and your life indefinitely. When this is what we thought we were supposed to experience when we were kids, you know? When we're ready to grow up and have those feelings, we thought it would be like this, something mature and loving and supportive, and that you would be loyal to it, and it would build into something wonderful. It would be stable. So I don't know, but I want you to keep on. It's so gorgeous. It fits you so well. Temperance, strength, 7 of Cups, and the Sun. You are enforcing your own sense of happiness, okay? So this is strength to pull something towards you that you know is correct, all right? And I'm glad that whatever that is vacated your heart at long last. Like you finally got done with it. It's like, I'm no longer obsessed with this. I'm no longer in love with it. It no longer has a grip on me or a spell on me. This is healthy. And I'm building into it, and I'm part of it, and this is awesome. And so it is. Congratulations. That's beautiful. And it is active. You are actively building something with somebody, and it feels like it has such good, healthy parts of you. You can't help but smile, and you're like, this is it. This is the road to happiness. This is what it's all about right here. And I couldn't have this. I couldn't even know I participated if I continued to give my heart to whichever that is. And that's true. So people get intoxicated with that kind of level of broken heart where it feels to the point of obsessive, spiritually obsessive, emotionally obsessive, just obsessive, or possessive. But that doesn't mean it's real. It doesn't mean it's love. Okay? No. I don't care how in love we are with people. If it hurts, it hurts. People want to say they change their ways or turn things around. Oh, on the contrary, that was kind of lodged there as inappropriately felt, twisting you up. Okay. 10 of Swords. Yeah. Ace of Cups. The Knight of Cups. And the Hierophant. I see the pursual. I see specifically the emotional pursual of that same cup. Somebody here pursued it. Somebody here pursued your heart space. The 10 of Swords, pain. I see that, pain. The Hierophant, the Knight of Cups. Was this a commitment, or were they in a commitment? Because I see someone pursuing your heart space despite a background noise of pain. A heart space was pursued. I see that. And yet it's coming from such a painful background of disappointment, either at the commitment level, in other words, they were already in one, or this is a pre-existing commitment they had with you. 3 of Wands, Ace of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, once more reflecting on you. Ace of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles, and how they're separated from it all. They're no longer part of it. You know, I see that. I knew that they in some way were waiting for you. They probably wouldn't say that because a big part of them isn't acknowledging it with the Eight of Swords. It hurts to be abandoned. Yes, it hurts to be left behind. Yes, it hurts to be left out in the cold. Yes, it hurts to be excluded. I see someone who went out of their way to pursue your heart, and it looks like they had no business doing this. And they probably disavowed the whole thing. Like, no, I didn't mean to do that, but they did. No, they knew what they were doing. They knew. Most likely because they were coming from a background of pain in their own timeline. Disappointment or hurt and some sort of commitment, or perhaps they were coming out of a commitment themselves and they weren't ready, but they were prompting cups anyway, hoping they'd get a taker to feel chosen. I don't know. But this is someone who consciously made a choice to pursue your heart, knowing that they probably should not have done. I don't see it as... I don't see it like as a failed commitment or failed marriage between you two. No, I feel like someone's energy here was very much preoccupied to begin with. Either because they were still in something, or because they were coming out of something. And regardless... It was failure. It was failure from day one. And today I got them looking at you, and it hurts. It hurts because it feels like they're in the position of waiting. Like there's nothing that they can do. But they won't also acknowledge that they're waiting. This is done without acknowledgement. It's stuck. It's stuck on the topic. 5 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles. They just see how you're not building with them. That they've been excluded from what you're doing. They've been excluded from your life. 4 of Cups. Four of Cups. They no longer have sway in your heart. Your heart doesn't swing in their direction anymore. It doesn't show them favor anymore. You don't include them anymore in any way. There's no desperation there. Therefore, your actions are not being dictated. The Fool, 2 of Swords, 10 of Pentacles. There's unhappiness surrounding this person still in their own way of life. It's a big question of stability, opening up. That includes you in some way. Should I open up to Gemini randomly? I'm unhappy. I don't know about that. 10 of Pentacles. They're more concerned with perhaps how they look or motives, as opposed to doing the work about whether or not they should, which clearly they shouldn't. They shouldn't. They're not in a place to approach you, never mind reapproach you. It's not in a good place. They should probably take a look more at their own sense of stability and or commitment, which as far as I can tell is ongoing. It's just in terms of their connection to you.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Yeah, exactly. Miss Mouth. That's what I should call her. It just kicks off randomly. I'll never... You don't notice it, obviously, when you're not doing anything important. You know, if I'm just like cooking or washing dishes or just running around the house, I don't notice it when she kicks off for no reason. But of course, when I'm recording, it's like, oh, I keep forgetting to unplug that. You know what? Clearly, she needs a firmware update. Okay. But yeah, no, I mean, they look way too unhappy to be taking any sort of risks in your direction or anything outside other than their own concerns regarding stability, and they need to focus on that more. They are really giving me this as a kind of helpless situation, and so long as that's true, they need to do more work for themselves, and what's going on in their timeline before they have anything to do with you, and it looks like there's no room for them anyway. You're clearly working on something that is stable and healthy with someone else that does not in any way involve a patternized emotional relationship of pain and obsessiveness or emotional fuckery. I don't know why they approached the heart, but it looks like they had absolutely no business being there, but they did. It's consequences. And I'm sorry, how they opened up is that they were unhappy, and that's probably why they did it. And they're still closing that they're unhappy. And it's right back there is, I'm not so convinced. Maybe I should open up. Maybe I can stabilize it. No, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. You've done so much work. Honestly, you're not paying attention to this person, and somehow That hurts them the most, is that you're not giving them attention. I see it right here. You're not giving them attention. They feel I'm being excluded. Yeah, you are. You're doing something positive with your life. You're making some beautiful connections right there from the heart, strength of heart. Someone who gets it, someone who wants to be there, someone who wants to constructively build. So yeah, no, I'm sorry, it feels like they're kicking rocks, but they had no business pursuing your heart to begin with. So no, I'm sorry, I can't take any of that. I can't take that any of that seriously. I'm very upset. I'm very disappointed, but I'm still confused. Sometimes I think about pushing forward, and maybe I can stabilize. No, you can't. Not right now. You can't. There's a lot of work that needs to be done, and even then, if they had any idea of what's going on in your life, they would just leave you alone and let you be happy. Honestly. You cannot fix what you do not acknowledge, and I don't see this person acknowledging anything other than that they're hurt and disappointed and they're nursing a wound. And the most bizarre thing by far is that the expectation for you to find them okay, that's enough. Strength. That's enough. I'm so disenchanted with that whole thing. It sucks because I see a lot of elements in there at their disposal. A sense of core beliefs, even if used incorrectly. A willingness to work hard, but not necessarily with you. If you show up, that's great, groovy. But an inability to confront upsetness, difficult emotions, and just kind of wanting power through that, it's so disjointed. It doesn't seem to know who it is or what it wants. Ace of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, strength. I know. You're showing me the strength, and you might have some very interesting Leo in your chart. Could be the upcoming Leo season is important, but as far as I can tell, you've already activated this area of your life, and once more, congratulations. It looks really good. This strength, though, Two of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, you showed me strength correctly. I'm pulling this towards me because I understand it's good. You did not show me strength oppositional. No, you showed me strength this way, towards myself, my best interest. And that happened for you sometime when you completely managed to reject this love from your heart. I see where they pursued it. But at some point, it got lodged in you, and you had to dislodge it. Okay. And I feel like they pursued you knowing it was going to cause pain. Knowing they were coming from a bad place. They themselves, in either a pre-existing commitment that's just for them, or they were coming out of one. They knew they weren't in the space to pursue your heart, but they did it anyway. Consequences. And this, you're saying strength. It takes strength to achieve a new beginning. You have to have a consciousness of mind. Yes, you showed me that several times. Several times. You have to choose now. You have to choose the moment, not tomorrow, not the day after tomorrow. What do you understand is going on now? It is a choice to be solid. It is a choice to invest. It is a choice to invest in good things that actually work, have meaning or context or output or outcome. It's like it takes choice, and it takes, and yes, I agree with you. It looks easy until you have to experience it. It takes strength to take yourself seriously about new beginnings and how they should be good for you. It takes strength to see opportunity and back it up. Okay? And you saw that for yourself, and this is what you want, and you're doing it now. You're building into something now, and it's stabilizing a little more every day. Phases of wands, but there's a lot of activity behind it. And you're into it. Your heart space is into it. Your sense of empowerment and loyalty is into it. Some of you have some very interesting... There's a lot in there, actually. You got fire, water. Oh, yeah. The Hanged Man. That's such a mess out there. That is an absolute mess. Nine of Swords, King of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles, and they overthink about putting themselves forward. Again, it's to the point where it gets shut down. So here I see Hanged Man in passive, not active. Passive, Hanged Man means nothing is done. Despite whatever perspective might be gained, even in the smallest amounts, we do nothing with it. So that's passive. There's no point in gaining perspective if you do nothing with it. You showed me how you're using strength. They're kind of showing me the Hanged Man. Well, all my worries dictate that I do nothing, that I just kind of sit on my hands. So this is someone who says, by all rights, they're comfortable with investing, just not when it comes to you. And that means they missed their shot, boo-boo. They missed their chance. Okay? They talked themselves out of it repeatedly. They started something they couldn't finish. Let's put it that way, especially with the heart space. Kind of pisses me off. They started something there they couldn't. They had no intention of finishing. I don't like where they're coming from in that background noise. They can say, no, I didn't mean to, but they did. I don't know if they needed to feel good, if they needed a hit, if they were having a shitty marriage moment and they pursued you to feel good about themselves. I don't know, but in some way it's here. Or like I said, they're coming out of one. And the same applies. I think they have no clue how much they weaseled themselves into your feelings, how you had such strong feelings for them. At some point, it felt like everything resided in you to reject it. And you had something there. That wasn't just internal. I know it was external. Something was brought to your attention that said, it's not just me. Okay? So no. To be clear, I'm not looking at a Gemini. You're holding your breath, hoping that this person will figure their shit out and then come back to you. I see a Gemini, let me make this clear, who is currently in full possession of their faculty. Okay? You're feeling your highest self, and you tune with it every day, and you make those decisions accordingly every day, because you're saying good investments for me are not an issue. I know that now. I got something good here, and I'm opening up to it. And you know what? It feels like it could be happiness. I'm not going backwards. This thing's out of my heart. It took forever, but I got it out of there. So no, you are doing a beautiful job in and of your own right. King of Cups, Ace of Cups, Knight of Pentacles. I told you that Two of Wands is so prevalent in you. Be present, be present, be present, be present. Do not live for the past. Do not suffer emotions of the past. Don't. Okay. The past is important. We learn from it, but we're not meant to live in it. The past is the past. Okay? And feelings are also important. And they are facts at the time. But again, they're not meant to be a whole way of life. We learn from our feelings. But it's on us to live in the present, to learn in the present, to activate in the present. And you're saying that's where you are. That's your particular superpower. And you're saying, I understand my feelings more today than ever before. And you're saying it's more than just a choice for me to have strength to invest in the new. I authentically feel it. King of Cups, Ace of Cups. There's his again. Knight of Pentacles. That you will head in this direction of love. You're on your way. You took your time with it. You're on your way. I see you building into something, and every time you do, your heart space gets a little softer, gets a little bigger. So much so that you feel comfortable saying, this is happy to me, and I want this. You are lining yourself up. To you, it's like I'm just making decisions to choose to connect with this because I understand in some way it feels healthy. And it's part of my new beginning here, and I said I would after I've done a job healing myself and getting that out of my heart, what I learned from it. So it will never happen again. And yeah, you are lining up to big, bold, beautiful love. They're still back here and stuck. I can't do nothing, which if someone believes that, then it's true. So long as we refuse to learn, incorporate our lessons, understand our role in things, we will always remain stuck. So that's absolutely true. That is not your problem. You've done some beautiful work in here, but that took time. There's something about that love that you said, yes, it's love, but it's not good. Curse, hex, witchcraft, negative mind, family, fertility. Some of you have kids. I don't know. A curse. What is that? Some of you feel like a family curse. Not for the Gemini I'm looking at. If you ever had that frame of mind or frame of spirit, you work through that bullshit. Some of you are determined to work through that family curse, where you understand people in your family, perhaps your parents, etc., led by example, where they're always chasing love and all the wrong places and people. Okay? Never understanding what a good commitment is versus a non-healthy commitment. And this family curse, you're determined to break that family curse. Well, you did. I will not live for the past like my family did. I will not be cursed. I will not pass down any curses. I will do right for myself. And it was a choice to change that family pattern some of you had about people who are always seeking love in others, validation in others, in situations or circumstances. Like, I won't do it. Whatever my parents did or whoever did, I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't be like them. I won't have this, that, and the other effect in my life. I'll make healthy decisions. Okay? And if I have unhealthy patterns, I'll deal with them. I just needed to know. Okay? Some of you are the divine feminine. Okay? It's interesting, you showed me the Emperor here. I think some of you are very much in touch with your masculine side. Absolutely. But some of you consider yourselves to be the divine feminine, or at least the intuitive feeling there. All right? I got you. But honey, you ain't cursed no more. You worked through that shit. You did. Despair, wandering the maze. You will never... Yeah, well... You know, I can read that as you, I can read that as them. You continue to wander the maze so long as you continue to allow yourself to be emotionally attached to someone you shouldn't be. It was confusing, and it just caused you nothing but despair. Okay? That was the whole thing, was to keep you guessing, keep you moving in that maze where you would never, ever reach the center of it. Okay? It's like you understood there was a prize there, but you weren't allowed to get anywhere near it. I don't think that was a prize, no. This doesn't look like a prize to me, but I think they wanted you to think there was one. And you reached a point of despair where you understood you didn't want to be in a maze anymore, that you did want to be happy. That's it. Because this isn't happy. No. 32, 43, 31. For them, they're still wandering around being stuck. Oh, why me? Why me? Why me? I don't know. Why you? Gemini has their solution to the problem. They can do the same for themselves. You know? I don't know. MRV, the medallion of Aries and Cancer. You might have any of these very strong placements in your chart. Could be connecting to their season, might be important to you. And then we have the unicorn in reverse and upside down. Not magical, not special. I'm sure it felt that way to you. But it wasn't to them. I'm just telling you they'd been through something like this before. When you're that unhappy in your commitment, or let's say you're coming out of one, the first thing a lot of people do who are not healed, seek external validation. I feel like they've done this before in unhappy relationships or commitments. That's why it's not news to them. It was to you. In some way you saw this. Lots of others came before you. And it wasn't magical, it wasn't special, it wasn't unique. In fact, whatever this was extremely mundane from their point of view. It tells me they've been through this before. They fuck around, they found out, but they didn't stop. They've done it before. It's like they even said, I know I shouldn't be doing this, but this is probably going to hurt, but I'm not in a good place with myself or my commitment or an ex-commitment, but I'm going to go ahead and put this out there anyway. We have the wolf in reverse upside down. No longer pursuing. No longer pursuing. This is not my territory. This is not my responsibility. I will not stand up for this. I will not fend for this. I will not fight for this. I will not pursue this. Completely non-interaction is not my business. Not my territory, not my people, not my person. Okay, Gemini, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well.